Yes.
Yes.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm glad everybody got up bright and early this morning. I'm very excited today about our Tech Thursday, and this is our first Tech Thursday of 2024. Why am I excited? Well, we've got our good friend and techie, Mr. Alberto Serrano, and he is going to share with you his CMA process. And for those that were on his last call in November, it was pretty amazing. He basically kind of showed us how to utilize Domus Analytics and how to really understand statistical analysis of the market and what's going on with properties that are on the market, properties that have sold, et cetera, et cetera. So what we're going to do today is, Alberto's kind of thrown this out, so this would probably be good for new agents. And I know what I said on the call or on the video was quite opposite. My thought is yes, this is great for new agents, but I think there's probably a lot of you guys, and I'm preaching the choir I was when I was selling, they kind of wing it. We kind of got used to kind of how we did it. We knew our markets, or we knew our neighborhoods, and we knew what had sold, and we knew what was for sale, and we just kind of went in and said, based on what, my experience, this is what I think it is. I think Alberto's going to really show us a much better process on how this really works. And I bragged on him. He doesn't like to brag on himself too much, but he'd had 6 listings already since January this year. So he's obviously doing something right. That's pretty damn strong. I think there's not a person on this call that wouldn't. Is there anyone else that's gotten 6 listings so far this year? Well, anyway, pretty amazing, Alberto. So I'm going to hand it over to you and shut up because I know you got a lot to go over, and we'll go from there.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I just want to make a quick correction on that. And so I got some good news, bad news, and we gotta eat the frog first thing in the morning. So I'm gonna start with the bad news. So yes, I have 6 listings, and but I don't know what the confusion is. So 5 listings are carried from Q4 last year, and then 1 this year. So, but it's great. I think starting the year with 1.84 million in inventory, resale inventory. So that's the correction I wanted to make. Okay. So the good news is you can go back to sleep. Not just kidding. So what I'm going to be talking today is a couple of things. Kind of like a reminder about the homestead exemption, and then I'm going to go over what Tom Ferry, what the largest real estate coaching company, one of the places that they're running right now with their email campaigns, and that's about equity reports. And also, we're going to go into some tips on how to improve your YouTube videos, how to make them go, if you're not doing the SEO friendly things on your videos on YouTube, then it's going to take longer to reach, get new subscribers or have a lot of views. So I'm going to show you what, the 6 elements, components that I found out that, you need to kind of like pay attention to it to do that. And then also a tip for the MLS description. I noticed some of maybe the newer agents are not familiar with this and how to add more now that you're using ChatGPT for the MLS description, how to enhance that MLS description. And then after that, we're going to go into the RPR reports and then the CMA. And then that's basically going to be about it. And then I'm going to, if you have questions, you can do it on the chat. And then at the end, I'll answer any questions. And I'm going to try to keep it so we can be done but by 10 o'clock. And then, so can everybody hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing I want to remind everybody, it's don't forget, January is when we have to keep in touch with the buyers that we closed in last year, 2023. And what I will recommend, and this is what I do every year, and that's one touch point that I do with my clients, and make sure that they're filing their homestead exemption. So I go to CAT, check on the address they purchased, and make sure they have the homestead exemption applied to the status. If not, then what I'll do is I will send an email, a reminder, and then I will copy a link so they can fill out the form on the CAT website. And then, but I like to have a proof that I send it, that reminder, because trust me, you're gonna, through the years, you're gonna find some buyers that you remind them 1 year and the second year, and they still don't file the homestead exemption, and they're basically wasting money right there. So that's one of the things that I encourage everybody to, you guys do right now. Start a year going to the CAT, and then find out if your client did the file the homestead. If not, send that link, send the email, call them back, and then you're gonna coming from a point that you care about your clients, and that's going to be when once you talk to them, that would be a good point to remind them, that you are always open to new referrals for the business. And so that's going to be for the homestead. And then I'm going to put a screenshot. This is from Tom Ferry. Okay, so you may want to take a screenshot or take a picture with your phone. And I'm going to start sharing the screen. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is going to be, if you are you looking at the Tom Ferry, this is one of the posts on social media. So this is, can everybody see this screenshot?
No, we can't see it. It's very small.
I can.
You can? Okay.
Okay, maybe you're used to, so you may want to take a screenshot. So this is a play that currently, right now, starting this year, in the ecosystem from Tom Ferry, the very good agents are running this marketing plan, and it's basically just trying to start a conversation with their database, and based on the information from realtors that have already used this, they copy paste basically this exact language, and they send those via email, and they're getting a good response from past clients or your database. And especially this is going to be very good for the people that are thinking about selling this year. And trust me, so this is going to be something that I'm going to be running on my email campaign for the weekly email for this coming weekend. So I'm going to be sending that. So I strongly recommend you do that. And believe me, you're going to get somebody, you're going to get people that are going to ask you that they're interested in finding out how much equity do they have. Can I get rid of this? Have you guys take a picture of this? And trust me, this is being promoted heavily in the Tom Ferry ecosystem. So a lot of agents are paying top money to get ideas, marketing ideas. This is one of the plays that they're running right now, starting the year. So just wanted to share that one as well.
Yeah, guys, just FYI, Madi dropped it in the chat box, and Maria Bidwell actually dropped it as well in WhatsApp. So thank you, Alberto.
Okay, so just don't, just the way the language, don't overthink it. Just that's going to be the email. What I strongly recommend, and we're going to also kind of like incorporate this. If you have, let's say, you have not maybe a large database with emails, then what you can do is you can also print this and send to the your clients if you don't have their emails, or maybe you may want to do this on a printed format. But I'll show you. Let's say like last year you closed a couple of homes on specific subdivisions that you like. Then you can go into RPR, select, and I'm going to show you right now real quick. You can select the houses that around the area that you sold the property, and you can send this one printed, and then so they can call you back or text you requesting an appointment. Basically the goal of this is to set up an appointment, and for the people that are interested in selling within this year. So I'm gonna get rid of this one, and then I'm gonna go just really quick so we can go into RPR. Let me see, hold on. Okay, so well let me, okay, yeah, let's do that. So let me bring this one up here. Can everybody see this, the RPR section already?
Yes.
Okay, so over here, what you're gonna do, if you're gonna do the map search, and like I already, okay, let me, hold on, let me. So when you go into, and then I'm going to, so I'm going to remove the boundary because I had already a selection. But so this is where, let's say you sold a property on Lomas del Sol, and I'm not going to spend too much. So you sold a property on Lomas del Sol, and this is how you're going to get the neighbors that are in the area. So you go to the specific location. Let's see over here, Lomas del Sol. So just this area right here. So you're gonna draw a polygon. You're gonna select. So this is gonna be Lomas del Sol, and I'm just gonna go. Don't want to take too much time over here. So you're gonna search in this area, and let's say this is where you had a property sold, and then you're gonna go into the filters over here, and you're gonna check for public records. Okay. And then over here, what you want to do is maybe you want to say, you know what, I don't want to target maybe persons that purchase a property maybe in just 1 year. Maybe you want to, because you have a large number of homeowners right there. You have 297. So you want to maybe just narrow it down that properties that close. You're trying to get listings, remember. So maybe properties that sold and then so it's gonna go, it's gonna narrow, and then you're gonna start eliminating, this, and then you can go, like, let's say you want the 4 bedrooms, so you want to narrow it down as much as possible where you feel comfortable. So now we started like almost 300. We're right now with 100. You're gonna go exclude like pre-foreclosures. Maybe you want to owner occupy, and then we are already at 89. So let's say that's the you feel comfortable, then so you're going to update this. So these are the properties that are going to be selected. And then over here, what you can do is just do the mailings, and you have 2 options. You can download the CVS file on the Excel spreadsheet. If you have emails for that area that you can do using like Vulkan, RedX, or something like that, then you can send the letter that the subject line from Tom Ferry, the equity report. You can send it right there, or you can print. If you're going to print it, you can do the labels. And then just a reminder, on RPR, you get 2,000 credits every single month that you can use. And that's free. So all of this is free. So you once you print the labels, you can save them as PDF, and then you can use that. If you can even use this like when you're going to get a new listing and have the labels saved, and then you can target the same homeowners while you have that listing from beginning to end. So let's say you're going to list the property, you're going to send an introduction, just listed this property, and I'm going to invite you to the open house. You send that. When you get a contract, then that's when you update another letter, you send them out. The thing is that to be in touch with them, because eventually the neighbor's property, they're going to sell, and you have better chances of probably picking up a listing over there. And also when you sold, you're gonna, create a story, and then, do it on a printed format and then send it back to them. So that's already like 3 things that you can do during while the time you have the listing. And believe me, eventually you're gonna pick up a listing like that. So anybody has any questions regarding this? Okay, so then we're gonna move. Okay, that's something that you can incorporate that Tom Ferry campaign, the equity report, the equity gain for 2023. And then before we go into the CMAs, I'm gonna go into 2 tips that I want to give to agents, what they can do to have the better description on the MLS. So let's say, let me see, hold on. Okay, so do you guys know that most people, when you have you're entering an active listing on the MLS, most of us what we do is we go and we just we have the public remarks, and then we have 1,024 characters that we can fill out here. So that's what most of us are trained to do, is just go and do this up to 1,024. But now that you're using ChatGPT, what I encourage you is to do a more detailed MLS description, and you can double the amount of characters that you can put on the MLS. And what that's going to do is going to go into let's say when you go to Zillow, like this property. So the way you do it is you go ChatGPT, and then you're going to create the prompt as a real estate professional, write a MLS description, and you want to highlight some of the key features about the selling points of the house. And then once that is generated, then you're going to go and copy paste, or modify if you have to, on the first section right here, right? And then when you click right here under public remarks, okay, a lot of people don't know, still don't know. See how it opens the supplement remarks? So this is where you copy paste the remaining of the description. So the end result is going to be when you go, let's say to Zillow, on Zillow, and let me bring that. So when you go on Zillow, everything that you put into the main public remarks and the supplement, everything's going to show on the remarks over here. So that's whether they go on Redfin, Realtor.com, Homes.com, Zillow, it's going to show, and it's going to look more professional. And buyers are going to be able to look at more description. So that's something that some of the agents are not using, and I just wanted to share that one as well. And then, so are we okay with that? Okay, and then also I want to share another tip on YouTube, and this is something that Marisol has been playing lately. And let me hold on. So just really quick tips, okay? So this one, it's if you have your YouTube channel, this is my YouTube channel, and I started really going deeper into this once, especially last year, like around the second quarter, that my past clients started telling me, "Oh, I saw your video on YouTube," or "I saw that new listing," or my past clients, and I thought, they're not, because I don't have them as subscribers here, but they're watching everything you guys do on social media. So that's when I started doing more the videos, especially the tour guides for the new listings. And but I noticed that it was taking, I felt like it was kind of like a waste of time that you spend a lot of time, doing the videos, and that you're not getting any, you're not getting a good amount of views, or you're not getting, new subscribers or likes or comments or everything. So I did a little bit of research, went to some, trainings. Of course, before you have to pay for those things, they'll give you some freebies. So what you can do is on your YouTube channel, once you have your video, let me hold on. So let's go on this one. So these are the key components that you guys need to really pay attention to. There's 6 components on how to make your videos go from very little views to get more views, like this one. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna use ChatGPT, and what you're gonna do, you're gonna ask, the prompt. You're gonna ask for the 5 of the elements that you need to get a very nice YouTube. So you're gonna ask for the title. You're gonna create the prompt on ChatGPT to create a title, and also create a description that is gonna be CEO friendly. So that's the key. It has to be CEO friendly, where it can be searchable, it can be, discovered by other, people, end users. And then also, again, you can tell them some of the highlights of the property, and it will generate the YouTube description as well. And then you need also a call to action. So in this case, you're going to put your telephone, you're going to put a link to your website, the property where they can register. And also, like, when you go into when you're already typing or copy paste the title, the description, and you're going to go down here under show more, and then over here you're going to have you're going to ask also on the prompt, you're going to ask the ChatGPT also to write relevant tags for your video, and then they're going to give you also, what you're going to do is type those tags, and that's going to help again to be in a better position. And then also lastly, you need to place the location of the video, where, if it's going to be in El Paso. So you're gonna, trying to get more people look into the video from here. And then another thing that you're gonna have that is really gonna help you, it's if you remember to create those thumbnails, you can use the Canva. That's what I use, and I have the Pro version. I think I paid like $99 for the whole year, but it's a free version. So you can go there and then choose the thumbnails, how to create the YouTube thumbnails, and then you can upload the picture, and then add some letters, some the price and everything, and that's really going to help you to get your videos. Because let me show you, like this video already has within just a couple of weeks, it already has 360. I think it's been on like 2.5 weeks, 367 views already, 8 hours of watch time. It generated 1 subscriber. So before I was doing this, I was getting very little views. So you're able to accomplish in maybe 3 weeks what you were getting done in maybe like 8 months, 9 months. So that's going to help you. Those are tips that you can do as well. So, and then, are we okay with that? Do you like what you're seeing? Okay, so
yeah, that's great.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so let me get rid of this. And then, so we're going to jump. So we get that one.
Hey guys, on a
And
sidebar, Alberto, let me just let everybody know, on the 13th, when we do the agent workshop with John Story, he is really going to dig deep into exactly what Alberto's talking on about. And for those 2 hours that he's going to be speaking from 9 to 11 at GEPAR, it's going to be on YouTube, Instagram, and on Facebook. But it's really on doing these things to drive more views, to get more eyes on, and to get more engagement. So anyway, this is great, Alberto. Thank you.
Okay, and then so I'm gonna show you like another thing that I'm doing for the. Let me see, hold on. So hold on, let me see. So for the expires that I'm doing, so basically I'm creating using again ChatGPT some cover letters, and then targeting expires whether I send emails or you know the letters, and it's basically creating that cover letter, and then the expired, and also the from RPR, the market report, and I'll show you. Basically, this is all this the page we're looking for here is it's generated by the AI that it's already incorporated on the RPR reports. And then I send those reports right like this one, and it tells you that it's you know, it's still seller's market, everything. So those are the things that I'm sending to expires, and this is how I use the ChatGPT and also RPR. So let me move. I just wanted to show you another way that you can use the RPR as well. And then, so let me just really quick. I have right here. Hold on just 1 second. Okay, so we're gonna go into the CMA real quick. And I'm going to show you so we can start with the end result. This is a property that I just listed just around Christmas time. It went under contract right away. But this is the what I sent to, depends on if my client, it's I sold them the house previously. They have, you know, purchased multiple homes, or it's different things that I send to different, depending on their profile. If they have, if this is the first time they're going to do a sale, they're going to sell the property. And even though I helped them like maybe 3 years buy it, and this is the first time, so they're not very familiar with the selling process. So I go into more detail and include more material, marketing materials. But if I have a client that has purchased multiple properties, they're very knowledgeable about the selling process, then I may do the CMA in a couple of things. But this is kind of like the end result where we're going to go through. So it's the CMA, most of these things you already know. One of the things that on the cover letter, and I'm working on a much nicer cover letter, really doing ChatGPT and then getting some templates, and I'll show you. But that's what I'm doing, and then also enhancing my marketing page that it's attached to the CMA. But so if you notice here on the cover letter for the CMA, you have some comments, and this is gonna. I see some agents that they're asking me, how do you get to that part? I'll show you. But you can put some description when you go in and do the listing presentation, and you're taking notes. This is something that you can add to the CMA. I always like to highlight, you know, the most interesting things that are, you know, on the CMA, not just leave it like blank, but I like to, you know, highlight with different colors like that. And so this is pretty standard CMA. We're going to go, but you know, if they're the first time or second time they're going to sell the property, I like to include the selling process, so they're familiar how we're going to flow through the, you know, once we listed the property, the showings, the offers, negotiations, so they know already what to expect. And then also, again, this is very, I do, you know, selling the tips to how to get the house ready to sell, you know, included that as well. And then if this is like first time they're going to sell the property, I include the kind of like selling guide. And this is a very nice detail that I have this description with keeping current matters. So it's already done for you. It talks about a lot of stuff, reasons to sell the property, the equity, the, you know, building, a lot of stuff, you know, if you're thinking about selling. So it's a lot of stuff. So that's kind of like the end result. The only two components that I'm missing here, it's the cover letter that I'm working, that is going to be kind of like a resume type, and it's going to give all my background, you know, how long I've been in the industry, in industry and licensing in Mexico and Texas, stuff like that. And then my marketing material, that it was really plain. So I'm doing more of a enhanced version where it has links to my either social media accounts, my YouTube channel, things like that, so they can see the proof on some of the stuff. So with that, let me just get, and then we can go to the CMA. Let me hold it real quick. Let me just put this one. Am I going too fast? Am I going, are we okay? Can you hear me?
We've got about 22 minutes left, but if we need to go over a few minutes, of course, we can.
Okay. Okay, so basically on the CMA, and let me so once you start the CMA, and let me see, hold on. Okay, so once you start the CMA and you're gonna go into the cover page, one of the things that remember I was showing the description, the comments that you can do. So some of the agents, they don't know where to put it. So when I go into the listing presentation, and I'm taking notes, so those are the notes that I'm putting on the CMA, like a single stock built by Saratoga Homes 2003. You can add all of this right here, and you can add those things. So it's gonna look more of a completed CMA. And then also on the subject, so this is where on the CMA, it's gonna give you the minimum components that you're gonna be working on the CMA, but this is where you're gonna be adding more items. Like, let's say if this is on a cul-de-sac, and so you're gonna over here, you're gonna be adding more. Let's say lot size, you want to add right here. I'm sorry. So lot size, you can add also the lot description as well. And you can add those variables as well. And okay, let me see. Okay, so you get lot description. Okay. So we got lots of, and then that's where you're gonna be making the those adjustments as well, or you can remove some items over here. And then on the comps, so over here, if you have like I'm licensed in New Mexico, and we have sometimes we have to add comparables from the other MLS from Las Cruces, then this is where you add the comparable. You're gonna bring manually, and you're gonna be adding the you're gonna be adding manual you're gonna be adding manual the comparable, and you're gonna add the picture, the square footage, everything you're gonna bring from the other MLS. Or if it's property that it's sold for sale by owners and that you may want to work on it, then that's something that you can do as well. And then so the adjustments. So most people, I mean, you guys, when you add the components that I show you, like lot description, all of the components that you're adding, the variables, they're going to carry here they're going to carry over, so where you can actually do the adjustments here individual. And so let's say on lot description, this is going to show you, like, let's say your subject property is on the cul-de-sac. This is where you're going to add the amounts that you're going to get. Also, when you're doing the most standard adjustments are going to be the number of bedrooms and the square footage. So if you are in a very different subdivision that is more high end, then this is where you can modify the price per square footage. so the price per square footage. So if you have like 40 and you're in a more higher end, so this is where you can add the like price per square footage, so you can get a more accurate the value for your CMA. And then also let me see. So on the other one, the bedrooms as well, if they're going to be higher end, so you're going to probably add more value per the the difference in bedrooms. But the standards that I use are kind of like these ones right here. And so let's work with the CMA the summary. So this is just going to be the kind of like the standard form that that you're going to get on the CMA. And then a recommendation. This is where you're gonna do your best. What you feel honestly the property is gonna lease for, and you may have a better chance of selling it, because sometimes they're gonna show you some numbers that you may not be very happy with it. So you can modify these numbers. And so over here, like this property, I recommend it for 220. It's all, I mean, it's under contract, we're already passed, we're just waiting for the appraisal, but it's all for the full price, no concessions, nothing. And so you can do, or you can go, if you want to do a percentage that is going to give you and again, you can modify this, and it's going to give you a high and end different one. I like to use this one based on so the based on what based on what it's sold and the adjustments that I do. And then so when you finish the product, when you finish the CMA, that's when you can even customize the colors, some of the options right here. For the, if you want to make it a little bit more to your branding, to the color of your branding, or you want to just leave it default, and then just save it, and then whether you're going to email or print it. But when I print the CMA, what I like to do, it's on my first visit. This one was a vacant property. Well, it's under occupied, but they were not at the house. Somebody went and opened the house for me. So I usually like to go when I do the listing appointment for the first time to preview the house. I go take a nice picture with my photo, but I like to using the Adobe Photoshop or Lightroom. I like to kind of like enhance the picture so it looks a little bit more professional. Trust me, this house looked like little crappy at the beginning. So there was work that was done at the front, and through the whole house, actually, the palm tree and everything. But that was a cloudy day, so I kind of like enhanced the do the sky replacement. So I want to show even on the CMA a much better picture of what the actual property, and trust me, so I do like the sky replacement where it shows very nice skies, even on the photo that I take for the CMA. And I want the CMA to look more professional than just like a just regular photo taken with your phone. And so it looks more professional. This is one of the this also is, I think it's like 1,300 square feet, but so I like to do much better the images for the presentation, so it looks more professional. Again, the marketing materials that I do, it really depends. If you have a client, a seller that they know you, like you, and trust you, you may not need to send all of this, especially if they have sold multiple properties before. But if it's first time or second time that they're selling a property, or maybe somebody you don't know, then you'll probably send this as different attachments or everything combined. Again, what I'm working on it, and I don't mind sharing it later on, it's going to be the marketing material. If you guys wanna like say, you know what, I don't have a marketing material, a presentation for that. What you can do, you can go to Etsy, that's ESTY.com, and they have you can search for real estate marketing materials. You can get listing presentations, you can get buyer presentations, you can get buying process, selling process. You can buy a lot, door hangers, postcards that you can those are going to be, most of them are going to be that you can, they're going to be Canva friendly, so you can download it and then upload it to Canva, and that's where you're going to make it customized to your branding, whether the colors, you know, your a lot of things that you want specific for your marketing. That's what you can do. And trust me, those marketing materials, they may cost like $3, $5, $9, and they're very professional. You can go, again, it's Etsy, ETSY.com, and then you can find those. And then once you buy them, you can upload it onto Canva and then work very nice and enhance them as you go along, you know, and then you can incorporate on your CMA. I was talking to one of our realtor here in the company, and then she was asking me to go a little bit on the CMA on some of the details. And then, but she was telling me that she was doing those CMAs, kind of like recording the whole process and then sending the CMA via bump, you know, with the bump video. And so that's another thing. I personally don't do that. I personally like to do the whole CMA process, and then add just the marketing materials. And I just want to, you know, look more professional when it comes to the sending the CMAs. One of the things, and let me see, we still have a little bit of time, right, Frank? Maybe, okay. So let me.
Yeah, you're good, buddy. Keep going.
So let me see what okay, because I have
Albert, I have a quick question.
Yes.
So I know you have the 6 listing. How did you get them? Did you get them by doing all this that you're doing right now, or was it previous time?
So most of them, and these are resale properties, okay? These are resale properties, all total like 1.84 million. And most of them are going to be past clients or referrals from past clients. And like there's the one that got signed this month. It's a young couple that they're going through divorce, and they actually they have the divorce decree and everything. It's the only thing is that they just need to sell the property and go their own ways, you know. But so the issue with that is that they're gonna one of the two. The gentleman was the one that was referred to me. So when I call him and, you know, I go and preview the property, the soon-to-be ex-wife or the ex-wife was at the property because both of them live at the property right now. And so I do the CMA. I tell him, you know, the based on the location, and this is a resale, a carefree that was built in 2017. So I do the CMA and I tell the lady, you know, I go and do tell the CMA, and I tell him, you know, this is the amount. And then the problem comes into a challenge when she tells usually that's always happened. The other party tells me, you know what, my realtor or the realtor that was recommended to me told me that the price is like $8,000 higher. And then I told him, you know what, it's probably based because the other person has not seen the property. In this case, that was the situation. And there were many differences. They really go into the highest sold property. And there were some things that they didn't add up. So I explained to her, you know, based on my analysis, and I can assure you this is the difference. And when I pinpoint everything on the CMA, and I explained to them, and then I sent a very detailed of the other property the other realtor was telling, and I tell him, this is, so she finally agreed and said, you're right, the other realtor. And so we were two realtors that were referred, one to each party, but I end up getting the listing because I have more accurate information. I took more time, and then so that's what winning the listing. I had another listing in New Mexico, similar situation, and they're going through divorce, and one guy had a realtor refer to him. The wife is the one who called me, and same process. So when I go and I share the CMA, and I explain to them, the other realtor is wrong based on the comparables on this and that, and then they finally agree and say, okay, you're doing the better work. I like the way you're doing it, and they stick to me, and it's a lower listing price. But yeah, so most of the listings that I get, it's from the past clients and through referrals. And so I got another buyer that I'm working, that it's a referral. It was a referral that I showed him properties, but again, so it's doing the CMAs more detailed, more custom, and explaining to them the selling process and everything. Any questions? Anybody else? Did I answer your question?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
I'm just
Now,
looking, I'm actually in the background.
One of the things that I'm noticing, and that it's piling up, it's building that momentum. It's that marketing, in the marketing campaign that I'm doing every week that I'm sending. So I'm sending to potential or active buyers, another one to potential or active sellers, and then another one to the whole database. And I already included the farming areas that I'm working. So the way that I got those emails, they had a promotion with RedX. You can go to Vulcan as well, and I sign up for that. I get, I get like 7,500 credits a month. So I go and get the areas that I want, and it's like probably, I want to say 85% of the homeowners. You can get phone numbers pretty much anywhere, but emails, that's something that it's hard to get. So you get the emails, and so I'm starting to incorporate those email campaigns on to the weekly emails, but even adding those farming areas, that I was not doing before. So my next step is that now that I have all that, those emails, those correct information, I'm going to start running campaigns, seller campaigns for on the pay-per-click on Google, and then also on Facebook. But now that I can create my custom audience. So I have, names, phone numbers, addresses. So what Facebook will do is you can do a general ad, but it's going to target. You can just select the a 15-mile radius. So and you cannot discriminate. You cannot say, I want to exclude realtors like the way I used to do before. I just want to include homeowners that have lived in the property so many years with this kind of like income. You can really segment the ad before. And now, since COVID, when they have that, the issue with Facebook, that they went to court, about public information, and you cannot do that. But once you create your custom audience, your ads are gonna be targeted specifically for those. So anybody who is not on your audience, it's not going to be able to see the ad. So instead of wasting money just randomly getting everybody, because if you run some ads, you may even get people from Juarez, that may just want to click, and you're wasting. But in this case, it's specific targeting. That's something that I'm going to start doing now that I have all the database. And then, so if we have some time, I just want to go over real quick on the RPR, just very, very quick, that you can do this on your campaigns, whether you're just listed, just sold, in properties that you want to get to work with those neighbors, like the one that I show you. But I'm gonna let me just very quick over here. Hold on, just 1 second. Okay. So I have many. Okay, so let me get rid of the screen, and then let me get this one over here. So can everybody see the screen on the RPR right here? So let's say like on this listing, well, let's say you want to market, again, RPR, you can use it for sellers, or you can use it for, I like to use it when you get, people from out of town that haven't been here in El Paso. And let's say they're calling you and to say, I saw this property on Ventanas subdivision and they like it and everything, but they have never been in El Paso. They don't have family. They don't know what it is to live here. And they're undecided. They haven't decided whether they're going to come here or they're going to go to Nebraska. They're saying, you know what, I have people in Nebraska, but I'm thinking about El Paso because it's more affordable, whatever. So what you're going to do here is you can go to neighborhood search, and then you can type the neighborhood, let's say Ventanas. So that's the subdivision right here. Okay, hold on, let me see. I'm sorry. Okay, so we have immediately, it creates a report that has a lot of information. So right there, it's going to give you a report that is going to tell you, it's going to go, has a summary, has a housing, and we're going to go through that very, very quick. But this is very great for when you have buyers that are coming from out of town. But again, you can incorporate these reports when you're, let's say, targeting expires or listings around your area. You may want to add this to those marketing materials that you're adding. So the first thing you got to do is because by default is having the single family condos and apartments in it. So you just go into the single families and then apply to all charts. So this is what the complete report is going to look like. So the summary right here is going to show you what kind of market are we in Ventanas. So we are right here in the seller's market. It's going to tell you the absorption rate is 1.58 months. So months of supply, lease to sold ratio, median days on the market, the median sold price, and that's going to give very good information. Again, you have the median estimated property values, how properties are going in that subdivision, where the values are going up. And you can go for like last year, you haven't seen a decline, so they're maintaining. You could go 3 years or whatever, or 12 years. And then it's going to give you some other factors as well. And then like right here, let's say if your client, they want to come here and they want to be working in the healthcare. So this will be a perfect location. Look at the by type of occupations in Ventanas. Most of the people right there, you got a lot of people that are working in the healthcare department, public administration, education, everything. And so this is good information. if there's a something that you don't like, you don't want to send, you can always collapse the cart and it will not be included. But you can expand it if you want to add it again. Now, when it comes to housing, it's going to give you the a lot of information, but it's going to give you, and these are great reports that you can send again to the it's going to show you the pendings, it's going to show you the souls base. This is all information from the MLS, but right there you get a lot of information just from the neighborhood without doing a CMA. It's going to tell you the education level, so high school and everything. Even some statistics over here, but the quality of life. So it's going to tell you, and it's going to tell you also, like, if they want to, like most people here, if you notice, most people here that move are within 30 minutes of, I mean, right here, that's 56% of the people that live there, they work within 30 minutes. So the commute time for these people right here, it's very important right there. So you got a lot of information that you can send to your prospects. And then let me see over here. So let's say if you go a property search. So if you type in the a property, and this is the one we talk about, so this one, again, you got some information from the MLS. So trust me, sometimes you're gonna need to go to RPR because not everything that expired or was withdrawn from the MLS or was canceled, it's actually showing on the MLS. This over here is going to show you. I have seen some properties that were actually listed and canceled, terminated, and they were not showing in the MLS unless you type in the address. No, not even typing the address. It doesn't show everything. So this one has all the information. But look at this one right here. You can go immediately on the property. You can go into the market trends. Again, it's going to tell you right there what kind of market are we in, kind of like the information that I show you. And then you're going to make sure you just go to, so you can type any address and it's going to create this. Now, so you're going to do the market trends. The very nice thing about when you're going to do market reports, or you see the create a script. So this is where we go to AI, or artificial intelligence. So RPR immediately, it's going to create a report that you can use it in different ways. So let's say you want to choose your tone. Over here, you want to do it professional, you want to go engage in conversation, whatever. So let's do professional. You can target, what do you want to, are you going to use for buyers? You're going to use for sellers. So in this case, you're going to try to target sellers. And then this is going to be kind of like the cover letter that I show you on, let me see if I can have it right here. So I'm going to real quick. Let me see, hold on, let me see. Okay, so this is going to basically, you can create, let's say if you want to do a video, you can create the video script, and it's going to tell you what kind of like to say it. You can put a background image of the house, or maybe the tour, and you're going to be on the image. You can be talking about this, or you can do a voice over recording on the property, and it's going to really tell you how to explain all the data, that it's a seller's market, absorption rate 1 or you can do some social campaigns if you want to do that to your for your listings, and you want to talk about the market, then it will generate, look, you got even the emojis right there. So all you can do, you copy paste, put a even tells you the hashtags. You can do add the call to action. But if you want to do send those reports to, again, the surrounding areas where you have your listing. This is probably your best one that you can do, and you can print this one. So it's going to explain exactly the summary, what type of market we are. Like the one I show you, it's going to show you, it's going to explain everything to you. And then over here, again, you copy, or you can send it via email, copy paste. You can highlight, you can put different colors, but you can do this on a cover letter. You just add your emails and everything at the bottom, like the way I did it. So this is something that you can do when you're targeting, neighborhoods around your listings. So that's something that you can do. Anybody has any questions right now? Is this a lot of information?
It's a lot of information, but it's great, Alberto. There is some questions in the chat, and I don't know if that's all been addressed or not. The last one was from Madi. Madi, did you get what you needed, or do you want Alberto to speak on this?
I think he touched on it briefly now, but just to confirm, so you said when you do at the very beginning, how you talked about RPR and how you target those neighborhoods where you have a listing, or when you're doing open houses.
Yes.
You're getting those emails from that other, like to do email blasts, you're getting the emails from that other platform you mentioned?
Yes. So if you want, you can send letters to just the homeowners, and because you can get from RPR the addresses, the contact information. But if you go to Remind, you can pay the subscription. I don't know how much that is, and I think Remind may be able to provide you with emails as well, and telephones. But telephones, you can go into different websites. I think there's one called us.phonebook.com, and you can type the name or the city or the address, and it's going to give you the telephone numbers for that that are related for that that address right there. And then so what most people, when you go into lead generation and you're going to call expires, or do the cold calling or circle prospecting. So you need one of those, whether it's going to be Bolton 7 or RedX. Of course, there's going to be a subscription, premium subscription, to get all that information, but they give you the scripts and everything. So I get 7,005, and I just started this. Okay, so it's something that they're implementing, part of my marketing, that that things that I want to do, my goals in 2024. So I get like 7,500 credits. If you have a specific marketing area or farming area that you're constantly targeting, and you want the email addresses, maybe get back to me, and maybe I may be able to help you use some of those credits, and then give you that information, on a CVS file. And then you can, because once you have the emails, they're yours. Once you have the emails, because the address, the telephone numbers, they're easy to get, but the emails, you're gonna get a lot. You get a lot of information that is like, it's overwhelming. But it's the emails that I think really matter if you want to do marketing campaigns. But it's kind of like combination of doing both, printed materials and the emails as well. But when you're gonna do a farming area, I strongly recommend the first thing you gotta think about on a farming area. You gotta do a commitment when it comes to your budget, that say, you know what, I can commit for a year, and I'll be okay financially, because you don't want to start like saying, oh, I want to get a farming area of 300 properties, and you're going to be marketing every month. 300 properties, every stump is like 66 cents. That's going to be a lot of money every single month. So you got to make sure you have the money on reserve. So maybe you want to start with the 50 50 to 100 maybe homes in your farming area. And so you can make that commitment and say, you know what, because farming, it's not going to get like immediate, you may get lucky, but it's going to take some time, maybe 3-6 months to get something, an appointment, and then more time to actually list and sell the house. But when it comes to the farming areas, the key thing that you have to really pay attention, when you select a farming area, you gotta go into the MLS and choose an area that has a 16%, and this is what Tom Ferry talks about. To be successful in a farming area, you have to be, there are a couple of components you have to pay attention. So it has to be a 6% turnover rate. So that means if in the subdivision, there are 100 homes that you in a year, 16 of them are selling, are being listed every single year. So you gotta go back and then and see that you get into that. You're not gonna spend money and waste time and energy on an area that it happened to me many years that it's there's really no turnover. It's a nice area when you get a listing, but there's nothing is happening, nothing. So don't put your energy, money, and time on those areas. Look for an area. Another component is make sure that that area that you define as your farming area, it's not heavily dominant by 1 or 2 agents. So you may go, let's say if you're thinking about doing marketing on Park Hills, and you can tell, a lot of the Sandy Messer agents, they have that area pretty much under control. So you don't want to go, maybe, it's going to be tougher to get into that market. So choose your area very wisely. Again, 60% minimum turnover, and then that there's not 1 or 2 agents completely dominating. The way you find out is you go a sold history of maybe 1 or 2 years, and you're going to see, oh, you know what, Sergio Mendoza is the king of maybe Park Hills or Cimarron Sky or whatever. So you want to do that as well. Any more questions? Let me look at the chat.
Alberto, thank you. So smart, Alberto. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say we're up at the 10:15 mark. We've gone a little bit over. Any other final questions for Alberto? Because this was fantastic. I know it's a lot.
So, for the past, I've been really paying more attention, getting more listings, focusing on getting those listings, focusing on sellers. And what I've done, it's like anytime anybody from my database or through the open houses, somebody mentions that any thought that they may be thinking of selling this year, next year, immediately I send them to move them to a potential sellers folder, and I don't let them go, because eventually they're gonna, come back, and I want to make sure my marketing it's going through them, and that's how, like I can tell you, I have a good number of listings that I know I'm going to be listing this year. Not everything's just, and like something very nice that happened to me, but I want to say 10 days ago. So I had a client that I sold him a property back in 2011, 2013, I think. So this is a house back in Anthony, Texas, when I was listing the Sia homes over there. So the guy, he rented the property, and he moved to California 3 years ago. So I was not aware that he was not even there. But because of the marketing campaigns, I kept his email address. He still uses that email address. And then so he replied to the emails and said, Alberto, how's the market doing? I've been renting this house for already 3 years, but I want to buy a house in California. And the way to do it, I'm going to be only able to qualify when, by selling that property that I have over there and bringing that down payment over here. So that was as a result that of those emails. Have I not sent those emails, he probably will not even call me. He probably end up asking somebody else. But so that I told him, let's see how the rates are going to be doing starting the year, and then so that's probably a listing that I may end up getting on the first quarter of this year. I'm sorry. So every single thing that you do, it's just we gotta make sure do it consistent. Because like I do, sometimes I used to do more Facebook or more social Instagram, and then I start doing something else, and then I let this go, and you just gotta be consistent on what you really, really, really like.
Thank you. That's a great message, and that's so true. Alberto, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody. We had about 35, 36 people at one point on the call, so it was a great call. I hope you guys got something out of it. I don't want to speak for Alberto, but what I will tell you is I always see him sharing in the hallways here. So if you got questions or something, you can probably always reach out to him via WhatsApp or his, via text, and he'd be happy to help you. Two quick reminders. Tomorrow we've got David Knox, 9 a.m. Friday Fire. It's going to be just another great, national speaker that we're able to bring to you guys. That's going to kind of get you guys set up for 2024. It's going to be kind of a two-part piece. The first part's going to be, a little bit about David and how he grew up and got into the business. The second part's really about how do you utilize the platform. We'll probably go a little bit into the commission lawsuits, and then how you can set yourself up for success. So that's that. Lastly, our dear Caroline is going to be installed tomorrow as president-elect at LCAR, and she put that out. I found out about it earlier this week, and of course, I had a commitment. I've been tried to figure out if I could get out of that. But the bottom line is if we've got some amazing people here between Caroline and Marisol and Melissa and Karen and Martha and Minerva, and the list goes on. Aaron, Barbara, that serve our industry in some capacity in one way or another. And guys, if we can go and support these people, it means the world to me that we as a company do that as a family, but also I'm sure it means the world to them. So thank you guys. Have a great day. Alberto, thank you as always. And we'll get this out on WhatsApp and on the Facebook private group, this recording here later today.
I have a question, Frank.
Oh, yes.
Okay, David Knock. First of all, Alberto, thank you so much. That was gold. And I'm going to tell you, I record you the whole meeting. I have you on my phone. It's 50-something minutes. And that's the way I'm going to do it because, yes, it's a lot of information. And I know that sometimes we want to share everything that we can and just the time just moves so fast. But thank you. Second, David Knock, you said tomorrow at 9 o'clock?
Yes, ma'am.
And you mentioned something about John's story?
John's story, well, he is going to be at our next meeting back at GEPAR on the 13th of February from 9 to 11. Princeton Mortgage is bringing John's story back, and it's going to be I think the name of the whole program is going to be Never Pay Another Penny for a Lead. Your sphere of influence, your business is sitting right in front of you, and it's for free. And he's really going to dive into social media a little bit more. He talks about a lot, like these are things I do, but he's going to actually really kind of break it down a little bit like Alberto did, get into the insights, show you, how he does these things and how they actually will drive engagement.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right,
See you
guys.
around. Bye.
Have a good one. See you tomorrow.